better technique because 50-50. If 12 rounds, Crawford win, I think.
Anyone that thinks Crawford has a chance is a complete idiot. They have weight classes for a reason.
Too big? Too skilled?
Way too big, way too skilled.
Does he win? Can he beat him? Can he beat Canelo? Is his skill so much that he's able to bridge the weight classes?
He has a legitimate chance. Over 60% for his mind. If you say, Bernard, give me a number.
Give me a number.
He has an 85+ chance to beat Canelo.
Boxing pros are weighing in on the upcoming Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford showdown. According to Israel Madrimov, if this fight goes a full 12 rounds, Crawford could have the upper hand, thanks to his sharp punching power, high ring IQ, and ability to adjust under pressure. But Madrimov also admits it's not an easy prediction. With Canelo's vast experience and natural size advantage, the matchup becomes even tougher to call. At the end of the day, this is shaping up to be a true 50-50 battle.
If 12 rounds, Crawford win, I think.
Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, what do you think about that fight if they did fight? Looks like it's up for September.
Good fight. You know, if 168 pounds, I think it's Canelo, but it's Canelo better technique because 50-50. If 12 rounds, Crawford win, I think. If knockout, it's Canelo.
What makes Crawford so difficult to fight against?
He has power, smart, in more practical.
He has more experience. He's very experienced.
When talk first began about a potential clash between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, most observers quickly leaned toward Canelo as the overwhelming favorite. And the reasoning seemed obvious. Canelo had long dominated at higher weight classes, while Crawford was only just beginning to test himself beyond welterweight. AS Showbiz Adol pointed out, the matchup initially looked completely one-sided. But then, training camp footage and images of Crawford started making the rounds, and the story began to change. Crawford looked stronger, faster, and impressively comfortable at his new weight. Far from being overmatched, he appeared sharp and fully capable of carrying his elite skill set into a bigger division. This shift in perception is a reminder of just how quickly opinions in boxing can evolve once fans and analysts see the undeniable evidence of preparation, form, and focus.
To stand on. Now, the other second point that I think is becoming a fact is this. This fight was initially kind of a one-sided credited fight where if Terence Crawford beats Saul Canelo Alvarez, he's on a Mount Rushmore. If Saul Canelo Alvarez beats Bud Crawford, it's kind of like, of course. But now the Bud Buddies has gone across all of social media and attacked social media so impactfully, like a plague, that now it's starting to give more value if Saul Canelo Alvarez wins. And let me tell you what I mean. You cannot tell everybody they're haters and they're stupid for thinking Canelo wins and say, hey, y'all gonna find out come September 13th how great Bud Crawford is. And you speak Crawford up, you know, you say, yeah, you said the same thing about Spence and Crawford that beat all these. Ah! You just don't know. You know, you have all these all-time great fighters saying that Crawford wins. So come September 14th, if Saul Canelo Alvarez has beaten Crawford or destroyed him, you can't take it back now. You're going to have to be like, Saul Canelo Alvarez is on Mount Rushmore, right? I mean, you can't go this heavy all over social media and in which social media controls media. So it's everything. You can't flood social media like this and just wave after wave talk about how Bud is going to whoop Canelo and forget boots and all the preparation, all that stuff. And then if Canelo wins, you don't have the same energy.
Riley Romero stands firmly among the skeptics, those who believe weight is a factor that simply cannot be ignored. His blunt take reflects a long-standing truth in boxing. Divisions exist for a reason. to ensure fairness and protect fighters from overwhelming size disadvantages. Romero argues that no matter how talented Crawford may be, moving up so drastically in weight is a dangerous gamble. History, he points out, is filled with examples of great fighters who dared to climb too far beyond their natural division, only to pay the price against naturally bigger opponents. To in Romero's view, Crawford's brilliance at 147 pounds doesn't guarantee the same dominance at 168. And against someone like Canelo Alvarez, who has ruled the super middleweight division for years, the physical difference could be too much to overcome.
We got Canelo, we got Terence Crawford. That's going to happen in the fall. It's going to happen here in Sin City, your hometown. How do you feel about that matchup?
Anyone that thinks Crawford has a chance is a complete idiot. They have weight classes for a reason.
Too big? Too skilled?
Way too big, way too skilled. And it's not, this isn't a skill matchup. It has nothing to do with skill. It has to do with weight.
Bernard Hopkins isn't just a respected voice. He's a legend whose career was built on intelligence, discipline, and longevity. So when Hopkins assigned Crawford an 85% chance to win, it turns heads. Hopkins emphasizes Crawford's cerebral style, patience, and tactical awareness, qualities that could frustrate Canelo inside the ring. He points to Crawford's adaptability as his ultimate weapon, the ability to adjust mid-fight, switch stances seamlessly, and neutralize an opponent's best tools. In this case, Hopkins believes Crawford has what it takes to blunt Canelo's trademark counters and relentless pressure, drawing from his own experience. Hopkins notes that physical disadvantages can be overcome when a fighter sticks to a disciplined game plan. By giving Crawford such a high percentage, he's essentially framing the fight not as an uphill battle, but as a golden opportunity for Crawford to redefine greatness. On the other side, David Benavidez, a man who knows the super middleweight division well, offers a more grounded perspective. He favors Canelo, pointing to the natural size difference as a decisive factor that could tip the fight in Alvarez's favor.
Does he win? Can he beat him? Can he beat Canelo? Is his skill so much that he's able to bridge the weight classes?
He has a legitimate chance. Over 60% for his mind. If you say, Bernard, give me a number.
Give me a number.
He has an 85+ chance to beat Canelo. Why? He's not going in there to prove something, which will fall into Canelo's hand. He would love for him to prove something. That means you will stay there and try to prove something. But to go in there and to let him know, establish that from the first round, that I belong without showing that I am tough. I earned my position to be here. And I want to show you, even though you're being stubborn, that your time not only have came, but it's gone. He ain't going to surrender and say I slowed up, so I'm going to act like it. No, he has to be shown. And it has to be early.